We're live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Live, but I'm also chatting to one of our guests. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Mother B Show. So today is a special day. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas! Mabuhay! Happy 125th Philippine Independence Day. Makabayan po ang topic natin ngayon. Yes. Diba? Ang saya. So to all our, hi DJ Frankie, to all our viewers all over the live streaming universe, to all our friends, to all our families. Ako po ay si Mother Blagader, ang inyong host ngayon, ang inyong tagapaglingkod. Ano ba yung host sa Tagalog? Ako po ang inyong punong abala. Hindi naman abala. Punong aba talaga. Abala. Punong abala. Ina-adjust ko lang po yung aking camera kasi pumapasok na sa, nag-i-invade na sa isang camera ko rin. Pas muna ako, madam. May gagawin ako. Sure. Okay. Okay, sige po. Okay, sabi ng guest ko, pass daw muna siya. Takot ma-interview. Makabayan tayo ngayon. Hello. So, i-adjust ko muna yung aking setting sa Facebook para global ang ating ngayon. Global ang ating, what do you call this one? Meron na tayong viewers sa Facebook. Hello. Bossing Julie Martinez, Dr. Julie Martinez of Caraga. Commission on Higher Ed. Hello po. Hi, welcome to the Mother Beach Show, Kalayaan 2023. I miss you, bossing. So let's adjust now the setting from friend only to global. Masyado kasing exclusive to si Mother B. Pati yung show, ginawang exclusive. Okay, super bagal pa naman ang internet. Ano nangyari? Okay, sige, okay lang. Positive vibes tayo dito. Diba? Laban lang. So yes, thank you so much. Welcome to the Mother B Show. I miss you guys. It's a long time no see, but now see now. Okay, so now see now, and what happened to my, what do you call this one? There you go, I'm back. So Mother B is multitasking. Dapat monotasking tayo dapat ngayon. We have to focus on our Independence Day topic. So, magbabasa-basa si Mother B ng ating mga usaping hindi naman pang kapaligiran. Makabayan nga, di ba? Makabayan. Sadali, inaantin mo yung aking custom ating. There you go. Yan. Thank you so much. And I will also be talking about our Kalayaan 2023. Kalayaan means freedom. So this is a special episode of the Mother B Show. Hindi ko po ito palalagpasin. I will not let this pass by. So even if it's already, what time in the Philippines? 10:38 in the evening. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat dyan. Sa Pilipinas, sa ating bansang Pilipinas. Kakanta pa ako mamaya, ako ay Pilipino, ha? Hello. So yes, hindi lang ako papanatang makabayan, but yes, talaga nag-dress up talaga si Mother B ng simbolo ng Pilipinas. Okay, maputli! Kung sa Bisaya pa, maputli! Diba? So, I'm just so happy to be in this space, and thank God for the 125 years of declared Philippine independence. Yes. Holiday po. Holiday! It's a holiday in the Philippines, and I hope you enjoy your holiday, but I hope that you won't forget the reason for this holiday. Okay? So, very, 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 very important yung term na kalayaan or freedom, because without it, I don't know where we are right now. Right? So, marami tayong pribilehiyo and we got lots of privilege that we are experiencing, not because we deserve this, but because of the people of our Filipinos, of people who sacrifice, no, their lives for freedom. Kay hindi biro, no? Sa Bisaya pa, dili sayon ang mahimong gawas mo. By the way, this Mother B show is all about positivity and good vibes. Simulan na natin ang ating balitaktakan. For good vibes only to. For good vibes only. So let's introduce our show before anything else. What is the Mother B show all about?
Mother B show is a fun and informative lifestyle program that promotes positivity and good vibes.
B show. There you go. Thank you. Sa ngayon po, I don't know what's happening. Ano ba yan? Nawala akong bigla. ako po'y naglaho pangsamantala. 'Di ba? Tayo po ay bumigkas ng ating sariling wika. Ika nga kay Agat Jose Rizal, ang hindi magmahal sa sariling wika ay higit pa sa mabaho at malansang fish. Malansang isda. Miss you, Boss Julie. Yes, yo. Si Boss Julie ng ano ba? Commission on Higher Education Caraga Region. Nako, malaking utang na loob ko po dyan kay Bossing Julie. Dahil po, kung hindi po dahil sa kanya, hindi ako mapopromote sa mga tourism, activities, and events, and all of the above. Yes, and then I miss you, Madsley. I miss you too, Boss Julie. I miss you all. Yes, so I hope to have some good vibes moment with you very soon, no? So yes, and also Richmond, my ever dearest team, Mother B. Right. Hello, Ma'am Leia. Sabi niya, I love the background design po, very Pinoy vibes. Yes. Kailangan i-Pinoy vibes natin, 'di ba? Kasi 'yun nga isa sa pagiging proud to be Pinoy, no? Banig. Mamaya may kwento ako diyan sa banig. So, kwanto sawa kwento natin hanggang sa matulog kayo. Hello to our viewers in the live streaming universe in TikTok and Bigo. We are now multi-streaming both in Facebook, in YouTube, in Bigo, and TikTok, wherever, as long as we can broadcast and talk about the stories of our independence as Filipinos. Why Filipinos have this kind of, celebration today, and why do we celebrate this day? Right? And then sabi ni Richmond, basahin ko muna ha. Sabi ni Richmond ay, hello Ma'am Leia, have a nice day po. Happy Independence Day. Yes, Happy Independence Day to you, my dear. Congratulations. At finally, ikaw ay isang graduado na sa kolehiyo. Right? I'm so thankful to God na naka-proceed ka sa yung next level of your life. Milestone yan, my dear. Kung saan naman kadalhin ng iyong kapalaran ay congratulations and may God bless you more. Thank you for helping the Mother B Show. So far, nag-i-increase yung ating mga viewership. Maganda naman yung ating analytics, no? when it comes to our, hindi naman tayo nagmamadali. You know, this is workmanship, this is craftsmanship. Ano ba pinagsasabi ko, Mother B? By the way, our topic today is Kalayaan 2023. Of the 125th Philippine Independence Day, June 12, 2023. Alam niyo po, fun fact, or dati hindi po June 12, July 4 talaga yan. So, nag-transfer kasi kasabayan ng Amerika, July 4. So, kung anong kwento nun, mamaya na natin pag-uusapan, ha? And I am also reading from Manila Bulletin. Is this Manila Bulletin? Oh, Manila Standard, I'm sorry. Kompetensya pala sila. So, I'm reading an article about the celebration today. And the theme is Kalayaan, Kinabukasan, at Kasaysayan. Freedom, future, and history. Okay? So I'm happy to see and read about this, because now they're able to finally work it out to include not just talk about freedom, but talk about what's going on today, what's going to be a future with this, and okay, 125th year, so what? So what do we do? But nevertheless, we still have to remember and of course appreciate and honor those who came before us and contributed to the freedom of our country. Okay. By the way, this show is dedicated to all the Filipinos all over the globe. Okay? So yes, we are proud to be Filipinos, though the Mother B show is broadcasting live here in Texas, US of A. Yay! But hindi pa rin natin nakakalimutan ang araw na ito. Like I was talking to one of our friends, Filipino friends. Ano bang araw ngayon? June 12. Hello, June 12. Ano ba yung June 12? Part sa calendar. We really have to continue to remember this, even if kung saan man tayo nalagay ng Panginoon sa balat ng lupa, sa iba't ibang parte ng mundo. By the way, I'm speaking in different languages like Filipino, of course, then Bisaya, Tagalog. Pag mag-Ilonggo, pwede gyapon, pero I'm not fluent. I can understand but not fluent. But yes, thank you so much for understanding. To our viewers in TikTok and Bigo, thank you so much for standing by. If it's your first time to be in the show, please don't forget to tap the screen, share, and follow the host. Yes. So, talagang nag-outfit si Mother B na parang Filipiniana ang drama. Kasi nga, even ako lang mag-isa nagse-celebrate dito sa kwarto ko, sa studio. But yeah, we're spreading the vibe, okay? The Pinoy vibe, and we have to be proud of it, okay? Like, so hindi niyo po tinatanong, right? I'm so blessed to have a son who's na hinay-hinay na unti-unti na pong nagpa-follow sa footstep ng nanay. Last Saturday, we handled 21 guests, 2 families. Actually, they're families, group of families from different places in the USA, especially Texas, kasi malaki ang Texas. Texas was once a country before it became a state. Don't you know that? Bago po naging state ang Texas, isa na po siyang bansa noon. Nag-downgrade lang siya kasi sumali sa Union, okay? Kaya naging part siya sa Amerika, United States of America. Dati, may sarili talaga siyang world. So even if you travel by land for 8 to 10 hours, nasa Texas ka pa rin. So we handled a group tour, okay, last week, and shout out to RJA Tours, okay, who contacted Mother B to be a guide for that day. Together with my son, he's learning to be a professional tour guide na rin. So we did a historical, cultural / ghost tour, but hindi na siya specific to ghost tour. It's paranormal. Parang normal ba? Okay, parang normal pero may mga abnormalities along the way, especially pag kayo ay naka-experience ng different energies. Well, it's more of a science project slash historical class. So it's quite challenging. It's quite interesting to do and conduct such tour in the downtown of Corpus Christi. Proud to be Pinoy. Okay, so my guests came from as far as Austria in Europe, diba? And the rest are from the United States. But sabi ko, nung ini-introduce nila yung where are they from, so they're from Texas, they're from different parts of the USA, and the other group said, we're from Austria. Sabi ko naman, I'm your tour guide together with my apprentice, my son. We're from the Philippines. Ang layo, no? Ang layo ng pinanggalingan ng tour guide para lang magkwento sa history ng Corpus Christi. That's how proud we are as Filipinos. So wherever you are in the world, pag ikaw ay Pinoy, nagpa-blunt ka man or nagpa-nose slip, Pinoy ka pa rin. May dugong Pinoy ka pa rin. Pag party, naghahanap ka ng ziplock. Kinakanta mo si Sharon. Right? So, mahilig pa rin tayo sa Facebook. Mahilig tayo, Mare. Kamusta? Anong balita? But yes, to all our migrant Filipino workers all over the globe, migrant families, no, some decided to stay, some decided to reside in different countries, or even double their citizenship. Pinoy ka pa rin. Dugong nananalaytay sa iyong dugo, sa iyong mga kaugatan. Ikaw ay Pinoy. Okay? So yes. So I'm reading actually this Manila Standard. Okay. Okay. So dito pala, pag pupunta ako sa ibang tab, nawawala yung aking test. Mother B, paano mo naman ngayon yan mababasa na nawawala ka passing? Ano yan? Nasaan na si Mother B? My gosh, where's Mother Bear? Oh my goodness, nawala ako. Nawala. Where am I? Ayun. Okay, paano ko ngayon babasahin? Okay, meron pa tayong isang backup phone. Basa, Mother B. Kasi I have to share to you that, of course, we have resources to read, no? Mahirap naman yung magbut-buot ka dire. Okay, so let's find a good... Nakita ko sa Manila Standard Manila Standard report. But again, it's still part of our advocacy on mind and body wellness, okay? Good vibes. Here in the Mother B Show, ano ba ang Mother B Show? Ano ba yung pinopromote natin dito? Yes, we are promoting good vibes only, okay? Nawala. And again, ongoing. Hi everyone, hi Liman. Ongoing pa rin yung ating upgrading edition. Tignan mo, ina-upgrade natin banig. Okay. Oy, speaking of banig, hello. Yan din, nag-umpisa si Mother B sa aking career sa being an artisan, no? A craftsman. I do crafts, so Pinoy craft. Okay, so I started with Creative Niche Arts and Craft back in 2011. And shout out to Majao Kajao Souvenir Shop because she gave me the opportunity, Mami Rose, okay, of Butuan City, for giving me the opportunity to supply her banig. No, yung buyot, yung nasa picture ko yan sa Facebook, pero hanapin ko nga para ma-share ko naman sa inyo. Kaya lang nga, ito naman kasing laptop ko. Pag ako naman ay nagsishare, nawawala naman yung mukha ko sa camera. Maiano ko nga, mai-present ko. Hahanapin ko pa kasi sa Facebook. But yes, thank you for coming to the Mother B Show. By the way, meron ng mga nakikimarites dito sa show ko sa live streaming. Kasi ang kausap ko YouTube and Facebook, right? So, I've been out for a while, like, not streaming for a couple of days because, again, hindi biro mag-prepare ng new show. Plus, shout out to Lilith Nazaire and Dr. Althea. I'm excited to, create or co-produce a show with you guys on our advocacy about mind and body wellness, especially among Filipinos living in different countries, okay? Ano ngayon yung kalagayan yung ating situation on how do we manage our mental health, and at the same time, how do we cope? How do we adjust to our different culture? Oh, speaking of culture, oh my gosh! Plus, shout out to my daughter, Rufia Levi, who's a med student. Project nila rin is like, I think it's like world culture, global geography, something. Basta they have an assignment and I have to record. So this is part of my support sa aking anak for her assignments and the group. Shout out. I have to find the message because again, yun na nga, I'm using a different laptop dito na pag ako ay nagpupunta sa ibang channel, nawawala siguro yung aking nawawala yung aking streaming. Hindi ko alam. I'll just monitor for a while. Nagpahinga yung aking MacBook kaya hanapin ko muna itsura ko rito. Bago mag-umpisa, hanapin ko yung aking source because I cannot read from my desktop. Philippine Independence Day. Okay. So, Manila Standard. So, that's an article from Manila Standard. So, wherever you are in the world, mga Noipi, thank you for watching. By the way, shout out muna tayo habang nanonood. Okay, Manila Standard. Yan yung article sa Manila Standard. At least mag-cite tayo ng mag-cite tayo ng source. Mahirap ng buot-buot talaga. Okay, so turn on network. Okay. Alright. So, naghahanap pa ng network yung aking phone. Ewan ko na lang ano nangyayari. But yes, shout out muna tayo. Shout out kay Chevelle Valdez, DJ Chevelle. Thank you for watching. Maricel Ann. Yes, Maricel Ann of Pennsylvania. Hello, hello, hello. Pittsburgh. Ano pa? Alikwi pa ba? Alikwi pa. Inday Ann. And then we got Richmond Haka and Bossing Julie Martinez. Thank you so much for watching the Mother B Show. And to all our viewers in YouTube and Bigo. Wow. And TikTok, thank you so much. Yes, time check. It's 23 minutes and 20 seconds. So, again, I cannot tell what time zone or, in Texas, it's 9:58 in the morning. In the Philippines, it's 10:58 in the evening. And in Australia, in Canada, it's around 7:58 in the morning. And in the States, iba-iba rin yung time zone. Like if you're in New York, it's already 10:58. If you're in California, it's 7:58. So, iba-iba rin yung time zone dito. Kaya, sabihin na lang natin, we're already broadcasting for 20 minutes and 54 seconds. Para madali. Diba? Alam nyo kung hanggang kailan kayo nanonood ng Mother B. But yes, if this is your first time to be in my show, if you're in TikTok or if you're Bigo, yes, I am broadcasting already for 23 minutes. Naaksaya ko lang oras niya. I hope I'm not wasting your time, ha? Sandali lang because, these are some technicalities that I have to deal with, especially if I'm looking for something na ngayon hindi ko makita kasi ayan, buti na lang. Buti na lang. Philippine Independence Day theme. There you go. All right. Because I have to use a phone to, yes, there we go. So it's published by Manila. This article is published by Manila Standard, and let's talk about what they wrote about. Okay, so I have to use my Kibido, but anyway, yes. So I'm just one of the Filipinos proud to discuss and talk about what's happening. Why is it important to talk about our independence? As a historical guide, cultural guide back then in the Philippines in Butuan City, I started 2011, and then I left the country in 2016. Went to Taiwan, and then I started my tour guiding career here in Texas back in 2019. And yes, so kahit saan po tayo magpunta, wherever we are, we should be proud of our identity as Filipinos. And it's quite interesting because when I researched about Filipinos in America, there was one teacher, a Filipino teacher who happened to work in one of the schools here. I guess she's in high school, and she did a masteral she did her masteral requirement, a paper. She wrote a paper about the Filipinos in the USA. Okay, so ano yung kanyang point of view on that, and she mentioned about the different generations of Filipinos who migrated or worked or transferred to the USA or live in the USA. So may tinatawag siyang 1.0, 1.5 gen, 2.0 gen. Generation ba? So, kumbaga by batch, anong panahon sila ng mga Filipinos, anong mga panahon sila pumunta rito, nagkaroon sila ng mga anak, anong type sila or kinategorize niya, no? Kinlassify niya. So she was able to classify this ang tawag niyan, wave. Yung wave of migration, okay? Filipinos who migrated to the USA. I'm just looking for my notes because I wrote it down and I would like to discuss it more because it's an eye-opener when it comes to the issue of migration and diaspora. So, hey Siri, what is diaspora? Tanong natin si Siri, hindi pala si Mac mukhang hawak. Alexa, nasa mo si Alexa? Maitanong ko nga anong diaspora habang binubuksan pa ng isang cellphone ko tong Manila Standard. Because I cannot read it from the... Okay. Freedom, Future, and History. This is written by Patricia Bianca S. Saculao. Okay, she's a contributor at the Manila Standard. Okay, so June 12 marks the 125th year of Philippine independence. Okay, a testament to how Filipinos valiantly fought. Okay, valiantly fought for democracy and recognition. So we fought for our freedom and recognition from oppressors throughout the centuries. Imagine, throughout the centuries. Anong petsa na ngayon, men? In celebration of the annual nationwide event, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, NHCP, is holding a month-long festivity with a central theme, Kalayaan, Kinabukasan, Kasaysayan. So, freedom, future, and history. So, some activities in line with Independence Day include concerts, parades, ceremonies, and job fairs across the country from June 12 to June 30. Okay. So, as usual, that's what we do normally in the Philippines. We have lots of events in relation to the Philippine Independence Day celebration. When I was teaching history back in the days, in Father Saturnino Urius University. Shout out! Congratulations, by the way, FSUU, for, I think, ranking second in the nursing board results, right? So, nationwide. Oh my gosh. So, I love that school. And dun nag-school yung mga anak ko rin sa ilang elementary at college days. High school, I'm sorry. And I happened to teach one subject there, history, Philippine history. And sadly, based on that experience, observation ko na ang mga estudyante, like, okay, when it's June 12, they know it's a holiday. Like, okay, aside from it's a holiday, what's the significance? So medyo effort unless hindi mo siya inexplain. So like it's fading away, nagfi-fade out na kung hindi tayo mag-effort to really promote and advocate the reason why we have this freedom. Okay? So, advocating freedom and a better future. Isa yun sa tagline ng itong article na to. The freedom Filipinos enjoy today is a result of the courage of earlier generations. Remember, by generation. Tayo ngayon nagbe-benefit. Ha? But during the days, back in the days, like let's say, atras tayo, rewind. Back to the past. Let me walk you through the past. So, panahon ng mga Kastila, panahon ng mga Hapon, panahon ng Amerikano, panahon ng mga mananakop. Mananakop, ang nako, sakop magod sa Bisaya. Kaya lakop baka lang masakpan, na mahuli. Sakop is like, makonquer. So, we were, back in the days, and it was difficult for Filipinos to have this kind of freedom kasi wala, you are limited, especially during the days of Jose Rizal. Imagine mo yung mga panahon na yun, mga Fraile, yung mga Castilaloy. Nothing against the Spanish today, the Spaniards today, but yeah, that's past is past, but we have to learn from it. Okay, na we are not free in our own country. Imagine that. Kaya nga bilib talaga ako kay Lapu-Lapu. Talagang siya talaga ang nagpakita ng kakisigan, ng katapangan, ng courage to resist, the oppressor, especially unfortunately si Ferdinand Magellan. Hindi na talaga nakatuloy sa kanyang circumnavigation kasi nga hindi niya na underestimate yung mga Pilipinos noon. Nako, kung magpag-uusapan pa natin yon, mahaba ng usapin. But this is my take on that, okay? Huwag mag-underestimate ng mga Pilipino. Lalo na, do not underestimate. In-underestimate na kaya niya yung mga natives noon. Ang ending, hindi niya alam na low tide pala the next day. Wala ba siya, di ba, magaling siya sa navigation. I don't know, anong nangyari? Sa sobrang siguro niyang confidence na carry niya na, kasi ang equivalent daw ng isang Castilian soldier is like 100 soldiers sa mga natives. Biro mo, 1:100 daw ang katapat ng isang sundalong Kastila noon. Ang ending, pinagandaan tuloy sila. Binigyan sila ng kanilang specific ratio. Hi, bro. You are bro. I'm not bro. I'm a mommy. Thanks for joining. Thank you for following Greg Dominguez 28. Thank you so much. And to all our Ghost Rider, hello. Kakaiba yung mga pangalan. I have to greet all our viewers from the different streaming universe, because yes, aside from we're talking about the Philippine independence, why is it important to talk about it? But we have to greet you as well because we are very hospitable people. So I have to use my Lola Basyang eyeglass. Magpakatotoo tayo, ha? Kailangan makita talaga. Noreen Salcedo, of course, from Team Mother B. Thank you. Okay, so baka mahirapan ka, Noreen, sa pag-edit kasi marami akong ad-lib. I hope not. So, yes. And many organizations and ventures, ito pala. Well, I was talking about Magellan and Lapu-Lapu and how brave Lapu-Lapu was more than 500 years ago to stand for freedom. Hindi naman pong Pilipinas ang iniisip niya that time, yung freedom ng kanyang clan. But, that kind of bravery is a good example of who we are as a nation. Totoo yan, honestly, because um, isa sa mga articles na nabasa ko here in the US about the Filipinos in the USA, particularly in the USA lang muna ha, kasi we are 10 million plus all over the globe. So let me focus first on here. So how many Filipinos do we have here in America? More than 4 million. Let's say nasa 5 million na, 4 million plus. Kasi yung the most number of Filipinos in a country is in the USA. Okay? Second, sa Middle East. So, nandito ang pinakamaraming concentration ng Filipinos abroad. Right? So, ang mga Filipinos compared to other ethnic groups or other groups, okay, living here in the USA, tayo daw ay mga invisible race. You know, invisible, hindi makita. Hindi makita pero nararamdaman. Felt. It's like felt but not seen. Why? Because it's hard to distinguish unless the Filipino talk, right? Na malalaman nila yung sa ating the way we speak, right? Here in the US. So, ito, unang-una, bakit daw tayo hindi makita? Kasi kamukha natin mga other Asian, mga Orientals. Kasi we're Oriental looking except for the hair. Okay. Ito, mga science and technology na to. Mga gawa na to ng siyensya. Okay. But, we are comparable. They cannot distinguish between Filipinos and Chinese or Vietnamese. But, if na-expose na sila sa Pilipinas, they can distinguish better. But, yung biglaan, hindi nila ma-distinguish kung ano ka if you won't speak. Don't speak! I know just what you're thinking. Excuse me. So, because we're Oriental, we're Asians, okay? And then, we have a peculiar way of speaking. Like, sa atin daw, neutral ang accent. Or there was a time, like, I was talking last June 2, I had a meeting with one of the specialists of a travel agency. Kasi God willing, isa sa mga reputation ni Mother B, I'm preparing for a travel agency business on top of the other businesses. Mga ano lang, good boy, mga gigs. Huwag masyadong mataas ang expectation na nag-uumpisa pa tayo. Gigs, okay? So, back to the travel world because, you know, travel is prosperous nowadays, in demand. So, I realized I have to go back and learn more on the travel agency business because sa tour guiding, okay na, tours. I'm done. I'm good. And I'm also with a travel tour organization here. So, kako, sige, let's scale it up para naman makalibre tayo sa mga cruise. Ang objective ni Mother B, so when I travel, hindi ako masyado magastusan. Might as well become a travel agent. Yes, kasi yan ang lifestyle. That's our lifestyle, right? So we love to travel. So might as well minimize the cost by joining the club. So nasa na ba tayo? Nawala tuloy ako sa topic, sorry. So, yes. So, Orientals. And then I was talking to her and she said, "You don't sound like a Filipina." Really? I do not sound. But how do we sound anyway? There are a lot of instances that I encountered that kind of reaction. And I told them, well, it depends on who am I talking to? Gusto niyo magbisaya na ta? Baka gusto mo mag-usap, makipagtalastasan tayo, mag-usap tayo ng Tagalog. Usap-usap lang tayo. There was a time like, what's your accent? Like, oh my gosh, you're so serious about accent? Do you know how to spell? Honestly, spelling talaga ang challenge nila dito. accent tapos sa kanila spelling, hello. Anyway, kumusta nang ipakompose? Hindi naman sa pag-ano. Ano lang to, usapang matino lang to. Usapang good vibes lang. to some big deal pa rin ang accent, but hello, at least naman medyo clear pa naman kami magsalita, no? But again, it's talking about being invisible, meaning they feel you, they know that you're there, but hindi masyadong prominent yung pagiging, unless si Manny Pacquiao pupunta rito. O si Lea Salonga. So, ang either sa boses, sa karaoke tayo noon dito, sa lumpia, at kayo sa boxing. But there are so many Filipinos here, very good, very, very prominent, successful Filipinos in their own field. And I'm so proud to have met them. And siguro low profile tayo rito. Hindi tayo masyadong gara. Kumbaga, ma-feel mo na lang kami. Hindi mo kami... And of course, yung pagiging smiling nga natin, hindi rin natin yan mawawala. Dito kasi pag may mag-i-smile sa'yo, magdududa ka na. But hello, minsan naman, iba medyo naabusado yung pagiging mababait natin dito. Naabusaran. Diyan na nakakita, diyan na mafe-feel nila yung pagkalapu-lapo natin. Thou shall not kumpiyansa. Smiling lang tayo pero hello, may dugong lapu-lapo etech. Wag natin pag-usapan ng accent. Let's talk about how to spell. Anyway, Mother B. Okay, so at saka we are known to be very masipag here. Kasi nga, racket here, racket there, racket everywhere. Racket to you. Gonna feel it. Yeah, because I got clients who look for Mother B. Nagulat ako one time na hello, are you Lea Medado? I've been looking for you for a couple of years because you helped me organize my house and I need your help. Sabi ko, ilang taon lang nakalipas, naalala pa niya ako. Anyway, and then one of my clients said, no, I cannot trust people to come to my house. I only trust you. Really? Kasi nga, yung ating dedication sa trabaho as Filipinos, I'm not just representing myself, but whenever we service other people from other nations or from other groups or from other ethnicity, we're always like, hey, I'm Filipino. I'm proud to be of service to you. Ganon. That's on the plus side. So, wag natin pag-usapan mga nega side dito. Alam niyo na yung mga ano natin, but we're just trying to boost our good vibes edition here in the Mother B Show. Lahat naman ng mga groups of people ay may mga issues along the way, but we're talking about looking back and appreciating our present times. Diba? Live in the moment. Live in the moment. Let's talk about the value of freedom that we got for 125 years. It's not that easy. The road is not easy. And how do we advocate the freedom, the Kalayaan 2023? How do we put importance to that? That's the question nowadays. How will you able to tell to your children the importance of Kalayaan 2023? You don't even remember it's already June 12. Like, I was looking, by the way, shout out to Ma'am Josephine Toombs. I'm happy because she's active in this Filipino-American community in Corpus Christi, and I saw her post like, oh my gosh, where is this? I missed this. Hindi ako nakang-join. But yes, to our Filipino-American organizations all over the country, in the USA, congratulations for exerting effort and really trying hard to come up with events for our next generations, for our children to still remember and value what is the importance of today. In fact, one of our plans is to come up with like a summer camp or an activity that will highlight the importance of knowing your cultural identity. Ito pa magandang chika. You know what? I was listening to Dr. Gabor Mate, okay? Of Vancouver, Canada. He's a doctor. He's a famous writer and author of the books like The Myth of Normal. So we're talking about He's an author expert in the talks about trauma, addiction, and all this mental health issues because he's a doctor, but he's into this, okay? And he mentioned about the importance of knowing your identity. Okay? When it comes to healing, when it comes to overcoming what you're going through, your difficulties, your mental health challenge, your brain health challenge, or whatever, most important is the self-awareness and knowing your sense of identity. As an individual, ha? As an individual, remember. Now, when it comes to knowing your self-identity, how much more if it's a group of people? Societal, no? In the society, as a group, right? We need to know who we are as a people, as a group. So, here in the US, may mga representation ng mga Vietnamese sa Congress, sa mga political groups, mga Chinese, what else? Mga from South America, okay? Diverse na ang kanilang Congress, ang kanilang legislative body, but very few or ilan lang ang alam ko na mga may dugong Filipino na naasa political scene. In which, tutuusin, when it comes to classification of ano ba yung mga professions ng mga trabaho ng mga Filipinos dito, ay hindi naman bumababa sa middle class. Mga professionals, well, busy kasi tayo sa kakatulong sa ating bansang Pilipinas. We're so busy, supporting our family, our immediate group of people. But collectively as Filipinos, kailangan pa natin mag-extra effort to be seen, to be heard, to be felt. Right? And one thing for sure, we need to collectively, as a people, to promote and advocate our sense of cultural identity as Filipinos. So this is Mother B's own little way of stepping up, and I'm proud to be Pinoy. Hey, no, Pinoy ako, Pinoy tayo. If you're in the USA, yes, and if you're in the other countries, and lahat ng mga friends and viewers natin all over the world, shout out to Cousin Joy of Australia, in Australia, Cousin Lilette, Mary Jo Maurice of Canada, Sister Anne of UK, my cousins, the Oliveria family in UK, in Copenhagen, Denmark, our friends, sila Baby B of Dubai, my sisters in Dubai as well, Rome Beauty Room. Pa-isa-isa, pakalat-kalat lang yung mga Pilipino sa all over the world. May impact tayo, ma'am. We're really creating impact in wherever we are in the world. And of course, to all our Filipinos na nasa Pilipinas, siyempre, kasama na po tayo dyan. Patuloy nga tayo nagpapadala ng mga manpower, no? And again, it's a plus because we're helping our economy. How many billions of dollars are we contributing every year in our economy just to keep it running, no? Kailangan medyo may fuel palagi para patuloy yung ekonomiya at ikauunlad ng bayang Pilipinas. Otherwise, kung kita-kita rin magbaluban dito Pinas, saan may tabuan eh? Walang infusion of support because we need each other. It takes a country, it takes a village to help each other. Ano yan? Sabi ng anak ko, Mommy, what are you saying? Oh, speaking of Mommy, oh my gosh, I have to check my dosage on the question and answer portion. Nawala ako. Sana naman ako. Nawala na naman si Mother B sa kahanginan. Okay, naali. Oh my gosh. Hi, visitor 3575. Welcome to the Mother B Show. Hello. So pretty. Spanish looking. Ito na nga sinasabi ko. Aside sa Oriental, minsan nga napagkakamalan tayong Espanyol o Mexican. To my Mexican friends, my Tex-Mex friends, hola mi amigo, buenos días, feliz 125 años aniversario de las Islas Filipinas. Di ba? Trying hard. Ewan ko kung tama ba yung grammar ko. Bahala na, so pretty. Thank you so much. Mua, gracias. Muchas gracias. So yes. So, napapagkamalan nga tayo kung ano-anong lahi natin. But wala talaga maka-identify. Filipino ka? You know, normally, ang maka-identify na Filipino tayo, kapwa natin Filipino. Number one is the way, like last Sunday, or was it last Sunday? Last Saturday, we went to a restaurant, local restaurants here, and then from afar, I can hear that there's a Filipino out there. Nagtatagalog, ay, may Pinoy. But again, so looks, you will not recognize right away, but when they speak or nagtagalog or what, alam mo na. Hi, look, Shara. Thank you so much. So, yes. So, saan na ba ako? Okay. By the way, I have to answer my daughter's, I have to do this also for my daughter's assignment, ha? So, there is a question. They gave me 4 questions, and it's very related to our topic, our talk about identity. Identity pa nga to, hindi pa tayo nag-uusap ng history. OMG, it's marathon. I can speak, I can talk for hours. I can talk to myself for hours. Kasi umaga rito, diba? Kayo, tulog na ako, gising pa. Time check, it's 51 minutes and 29 seconds that we're broadcasting here at the Mother B Show. Break muna tayo bago magkalimutan para hindi naman kayo maumay while I'm looking for the questions that my daughter sent me to answer today. Okay, let's take a break, and I'll show you and I'll share to you the history of why Mother B is the Mother B Show today. Nasaan na yung aking story? Nagloading. Nagloading, Mother B. Ano yan? Yan ang nga ba sasabi ko? Pag-book lang yung nagamit eh. Anyari, Mother B. Anyari. Huwag ka maglo-loading. Naka-live tayo. Hello. Goodbye to everyone. Tapos na? Yun na yun. Yun na yun. May intermission muna. Lumang version na yun. Hindi pa lang masyado patapos yung upgrading. So now, let's proceed to the question of my daughter. Ito ngayon, yung kanilang question. First question, why did you decide to work or migrate abroad? Okay, so, ano ba isasagot ko dyan? Okay, well, number one, thank you for asking that very interesting question. And yes, why did we decide to move and go abroad, especially here in the USA? Well, it's a family thing. So I decided to leave behind my career and proceed and support my husband and my youngest son and help him as he worked for the family that we need to support back in the Philippines. It's not easy. It's not easy because I'm torn between two daughters and one son. And then my friends leaving. I'll be leaving I left my friends behind, but it's a choice. It's a decision that I need to make in order to support my spouse because it's not easy working abroad and nobody's taking care of you too. So I have to take care of the breadwinner. Secure the breadwinner. That's my number one priority, and secure my son. And though we're not entirely separated because thanks to technology, I can still monitor my children back home, talk to my families back home. But it's different when you're there, right? But again, we have to do what we need to do for the betterment of our family. So at the end of the day, it's all about family, right? So that's for the first question. Thank you for asking that. Again, if you ever be wondering, why are you talking about that, Mother B? Because this is my daughter's assignment. This one, I have to answer her assignment. Okay, so next question. How did you adjust to your adopted society and its dominant culture? Oh my gosh, that's interesting. How did you adjust to your adopted society and its dominant culture? Okay, thank you for that question. Yes, when it comes to adjustment and adaptation, at first, it's not easy because number one, language barrier. So even if you know how to speak the language, it's different when it comes to the accent. Example, I was like a few years back, because we're already almost 6 years here in the USA. And I was so confiant. I was so somehow confident that, well, I know how to speak English, so I can speak to them. Unfortunately, the way I have spoken or the way I delivered my English is not understandable. It's so very pinahanay. It's so very like, it's so very prepared, but they're not prepared for me. So there's sort of an accent barrier. The way I pronounce it is different from the way they hear it. So they will say, "I'm sorry, what did you say?" So I have to repeat it. So it's not easy to speak to them right away. So how did I adapt to it? First and foremost, when you are in a different country, try to expose yourself to the local culture. Okay, don't be afraid to expose yourself. Don't be afraid to immerse yourself because that's the way to learn. Otherwise, if you just keep yourself inside the box, if you just stay at home and you just speak to your kapwa Filipino because you're comfortable in speaking Filipino or Bisaya, how will you learn if you will not talk to your neighbor? How will you learn how to communicate and learn their accent? Learn the way they communicate to you kasi may mga colloquial terms like, "Hey, what's up? What you doing? How are you?" Like, example, how are you? When you meet somebody like, "Hi," like I usually say, "Hi, hello," and say, "Hi, how are you? What's up? How do you do?" Hindi ka pa nga nakakasagot, meron na namang next question. So it's kind of like difficult to adjust at first, but when you get to understand, like, how are you? Like, diba, paghahandaan mo pa yung next answer nun? Wala na, umalis na sila. Like, at first I find it rude, like, mag-a-ask ka ng question kasi hindi mo naman ako hintayin sumagot. But But eventually you realize normal lang dito yan. Like, how are you? How are you today? The moment they ask the question, and after they ask the question, they're gone. So yung iba nadi-discourage na makipag-usap. So yes, don't be afraid to communicate, and if they don't communicate with you, don't mind. And worst, if they comment about your accent, you just shake it off, and don't be like onion skin. Wag kang maging balat sibuyas na nagtampo ka kasi bakit ka tinatanong sa imong accent, nakaka-insulto ba o ano? No! Nawiwirdan lang yan sila sa'yo. They find you exotic. Take it as a compliment. And then if you don't understand what they're saying, or if you don't, because usually if they don't understand you, they will say, I'm sorry? Can you say that again? And then don't forget to repeat it. You know what I mean is like this. So don't be afraid to communicate. Go out, immerse, make friends. So my way of getting out is also finding a job. So like, okay, this job may be odd for me, like dishwashing, cleaning toilets. Because I wanted to speak to different people. I wanted to speak to the owner. I wanted to speak to, different groups. So kahit pa kung anong matrabaho ko, basta I know how to speak to and talk to them. So kaya nga sabi ng mga ibang friends ko rito, mga Pilipino, ikaw na lang kasi ikaw yung talkative. What do you mean by talkative? Yung iba, ikaw ba yung aming tagapagsalita? Hindi talkative, spokesperson. Okay? So, ano lang natin. So, by the way, we have a comment speaking of spokesperson. Hi, Maring Rene! Hello! My BFF here in Texas. Thank you for watching, Mare. So, yes. So, Mare also once migrated from the Philippines to the US. Siya talaga ay American talaga. Phil-am talaga to si Mare. So, sabi ni by the way, sabi ni Lorraine, sa una palang isog na ang mga ninuno nato to happy independence day. Yes. Atapang-atao talaga ang mga Pilipino. Atapang-atao, sabi ni Lorraine. And then, hi to Maring Rene Garcines of Ingleside, Texas. Hello. Day off ni Maring ngayon for sure. Thank you for watching. So, don't be afraid to immerse yourself in the local culture. Try. Even their food. They have a different way of partying here. Kasi tayo pag party, kumbira. Right? Feast talaga, fiesta. Sa kanila, pag party, chips, dips. Like, ito na party nila, hotdog. Hotdog sandwich. Party na to. Maganda nga kung meron pang cookies, cupcake. Tayo pag nag-party talagang super gahot. So, so there's a lot of things to know and learn about their culture. Every culture is interesting and beautiful. So as long as you know how to appreciate it. And by the way, don't be nega. Like, ayoko niyan. I'm limited. La. No, be open-minded ka ba? And then, as much as possible, huwag ka lang makahalubilo sa mga kakapwa Pilipino mo. Lumabas ka, makahalubilo ka sa iba, mga Mexican, mga African Americans. Kasi iba-iba rin yung lingwahe nila, ma'am. Nakakatuwa. Yeah. Yo, gaba! So what's up, sister? What's up? Hola, aming amiga! Ana. So the more you are, adventurous, the more you are open to each culture. And of course, number one, be respectful. Don't judge the book by its cover. We Filipinos, we are, usually mga judgmental or ba itong mga negative culture. May pagka-judgmental juga kahit more pa ha? Kahit makita ka lang na, man siya, Adi ko anak, di gusto rin anak ko. Parang mo dahil, di ta anak, kay, magkabunga, mag-nosebleed ta, Pag-aling ka na kag-storya, nag-nosebleed na ka. Kabuhi na kag-storya na. Anyway. Okay, for the second, again, just to, thank you for asking the second question. Don't be afraid to immerse yourself in the local culture, discover, learn from it, but most of all, be respectful of your community, of the people that you deal with, because yes, we're proud to be we're proud to be Filipinos, and you know what? We're known to be polite people. Dito kasi, hindi sila, they're not used to saying mom, sir. Usually, you address the person in their first name basis. Kahit boss mo, first name lang. So, you will really be identified as different, number one, because the way you talk or address, lalo na yung mga those who are in authority, we say ma'am, we say sir. Sanay tayo dyan Sa kanila, parang, sobra naman yan. Don't call me ma'am, oh my gosh. Well, just tell them, well, that's our culture, and that's how we pay respect to our friends and individuals, so blah, blah, blah. Explain mo lang kahit papaano. But pag i-insist, if they insist, no, don't call me sir, don't call me ma'am, just call me in my first name basis. Do it. Huwag mo na ipagpilitan din yung ma'am sir talaga. Gusto niya, mas pabor siya sa first name, then do it. Although it's uncomfortable, but yes, thank you. Even if it's uncomfortable, you are in their space, you are in their culture. Try to blend. But sometimes kasi like, ay ma'am, sir, okay, fine, sorry about that. Ganun lang. So, ilagay mo na lang na medyo light na lang. Huwag masyadong serious na. Hindi talaga, I will call you ma'am, I will call you sir. Huwag naman, OA na yung pamilya. Effort. So adjust, be flexible, right? So, well, the third question is, okay, what's the third question? Okay, so I'm checking out the third question. Okay, so the third question is, how are fellow Filipinos treated in your country of employment or residence? Oh, well, number one, okay, honestly, thank you for questioning that. Thank you for that third question. How are we treated here? Okay, number one, wala pa ako nakikitang Pilipino na binabastos dito sa Amerika. Except yung mga Asian hate na mga ginagawa ng iba, ha? Kasi nga napagkakamalan tayong mga Chinese, mga Orientals kasi tayo, so akala nila inchik tayo tuloy nabubugbog dun sa and it's an isolated case, okay? I say, Mother B, totoo yan, wala ka naman pang nakikita, binubugbog na nga sa TV. Tinutulak na nga dun sa sidewalk si Lola. What I'm saying is, based on my personal observation, when they hear that you're a Filipino, even if they know that you're a Filipino, you know what they usually remember? Lumpia. Oh, you Filipino? I love lumpia. When I arrived in Texas, I thought they like adobo. They're not much particular about adobo. They really like lumpia. So, Leia / lumpia. And second, they remember I love singing. So, medyo positive naman ang kanilang treatment sa ato. Medyo positive. Of course, exemption doon sa mga isolated cases. It's a mental health issue actually, no? It doesn't represent the whole people group here in the USA, in fairness, but there are some individuals who have their personal mental health issue that they weren't able to distinguish between Filipino and Chinese or whoever they're against, but it's not about the whole group as well, okay? But again and again, we are treated fairly. They like us, and when it comes to work, when they know how a Filipino works. We are hardworking people here. Okay, so they respect that. With all due respect, talaga ang drama. Yeah, that's why if especially some mga medical professionals, they know that Filipinos are caring. They're really sincere when it comes to providing their healthcare service, right? So, in short, mataas ang pagtingin nila. They have a high regard to the Filipinos. Okay? Then, again, isolated case lang yung mga nambubugbog dyan. Dapat lang silang makulong. But yes, we are well respected, and at the same time, because, honestly, mugawas din ang pagkalapulapo natin. I have a personal story about that when I used to work as a cook in one of the senior facilities here. Aba, yung nurse na como cook si Mother B doon. Uy, makadaog-daog sa ako. Ma'am, makasugo. Sugo here, sugo there. Ang feeling niya, kay dili man kay kung makagistorya, siguro naglisod, siguro nag-spoking dollars. Saan pag-istorya na ako nagchika, nagluto man ko. She's so bossy. It's a personal issue actually. It's her who has a problem probably, but she was so bossy to me and blah blah blah. And then later on, you know what I did? I called her. Hey, come on over. Excuse me, come on over. We're both employees here, remember? Okay? You have your job, I have my job. Let's just respect each other. And remember, I'm the one who cooked food for you. Ganun lang ang drama ng Mother B. So, from now on, you have to learn to respect your co-workers, okay? Diplomasya ang drama. Ali, come here. Mag-storya ta. After that, was na siya mag-bossy. With all respect na talaga ang drama. So, ganun lang. You just have to be assertive enough and respectful enough to say, hey, you're stepping on my toes. You're entering my personal space. This is not the right thing to do. Can you please align yourself to the standard? Katilaw lagi. So, eventually, they know na though we're nice people, we're respectful, we're hospitable, don't mess with a Filipino. Oh my gosh. We are lovable people, but don't mess with us. Remember Magellan? He wasn't able to go back to Spain. Kaya, respetado tayo rito, in short. Parang napahaba na yata yung aking Q&A. Anak, ikaw na bahala mag-edit dito. Good luck. No, this is live. But again, we are respectfully treated. They have high regards to us. The way we work, our craftsmanship, our performance level, ay level up talaga, ma'am. Dili, there ang level. Outstanding tayo, but we're not seen. Kaya nga si Mother B nag-e-effort to be seen, heard, felt. Speaking of felt, so, hi to our viewers, our non-Filipino viewers. Our different people groups, and my Tex-Mex friends, and sometimes they say, Leia, I don't understand you, but you look funny in your show. Ramdamin na lang. Di po tamang libak. Oy. Okay, so next question. Pang-ilang question na ba yun? So, let me see. Okay, so okay, that was the third question, right? So the last question is from, by the way, that question is from Diane. Yeah. First question was from Max. The second question, how did you adjust to your adopted culture from Yuch? Hi, shout out to Yuch. And Dian. Yan ang third question, no? From Dian. And from my daughter Ibay. There, there any aspects of the Filipino culture that you were able to impart to the foreigners you have encountered? Yes! Is there any part of the Filipino culture? Of course, the very fun culture. It's more fun in the Philippines and more. It's more fun with the Filipinos here in the USA. It's more fun in the Philippines. It's most fun if you are with a Filipino here. Number one, we are very optimistic people. So that's what they see. Okay, aside from optimistic, we are respectful, so they can sense it that we are polite, respectful people, and resilient. No, kaya nating harapin ang mga hirap, mga challenges. Bring it on! With a smiling face. Kahit hirap na, smiling lang gihapon. What did you say? Yes, despite of the odds, the difficulties, the adjustment, or whatever that you're going through now, hindi pa rin natin nakakalimutan mag-smile. And we work hard, but we party harder. That's one thing about the Filipinos. We work hard, we party harder. We don't party alone, but we party as a clan, as a village. Talaga. And of course, the food culture. Remember, when you encounter, like if you're in Texas and when you encounter somebody who have Filipino friends, what they remember about, even in Pennsylvania, when I was in Pennsylvania, they always have fond memories of Filipinos in connection with the food. So we're always connected with food, with feasting, partying, and of course our workmanship, our work ethics, being hard worker. So yan ang kanilang nanonotice. That's our impact here, and they felt it. They felt the sincerity of the Filipinos here in the USA. Okay? So far, awa ng Diyos, knock on wood. Bakit mag-knock on wood? God forbids. Wala pa naman tayong na Filipino na noted as swindler, as major ang ginawang kalokohan dito sa Amerika. Wala pa naman. Awa ng Diyos. No? Hindi tayo mga pasaway ng mga tao. We are not a pasaway people. We are law-abiding, number one. We submit our documents properly. Okay? We are prosperous people. It's not a joke, but it's true. And our love for family. Yes. So we are true friends here. Reliable. The reliability of Filipinos, they felt that. That's the culture that we imbibe here. And of course, again, yung professionalism natin. And our love for our identity as Filipinos. Hindi naman natin kinahihiya actually. Yan maganda. Unfortunately, kulang pa lang talaga sa effort na talagang maramdaman, ma-feel talaga nila na, hello, nandito tayo! Kasi nga hindi ka nga ma-obvious, ma-notice. Dahil yun nga, ang ating image, nag-iiba-iba. Kaya tayo mga chameleon. Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Yan, ang drama ni Manodi. Time check, it's 1 hour and 18 minutes and 43 seconds that we are broadcasting. Okay, so I hope that I answered the questions of my children's classmates for the project. Shout out sino nga ba sila? Shout out, of course, to my daughter, Rufia. Shout out to Max. Shout out to Yuch. Hello, Yuch. Kamusta naman, Yuch? Dion. And yes, limit lang nila 8 minutes. Pero good luck kung saan nyo pag-edit na. Finally, I'm done. Okay, so, moving forward. Ay, hindi pa pala tapos si Mother. Moving forward, ano nga ba sinabi dito sa Manila Standard? Like, when he talks about advocating freedom, I told you this is a special episode. I can talk for hours, but even if you just drop by for 3 seconds or 8 seconds, or however you wanted to stay with me, if nobody's watching, I don't mind. You can just pass by, review my show, and then Noreen will really have difficulty and challenge to cut this and edit this video. But I hope that I made some, mga punchlines dito, ha, Iha. So thank you for the heart. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. Thank you, Moreno. Hi, Z Reyes. Thank you for following me, okay? Thank you for following the host. So, yes, so we're back. So, advocating freedom and a better future. So, again, my advocacy here in the Mother B Show is to also Filipinos be heard, be seen, be felt all over the globe. And honoring the efforts of our mga kababayans. By the way, shout out again. We have new viewers. Remy S. Campos. Hello, hello. Baby. Bebot. Sol Bartolome, Maring Sol, ating mga Love Thy Neighbor edition. Sol Bartolome Escalada. Shout out kay Paring Tolet sa Maring Millet. Paring Jordan, shout out, di ba? Ay nako, meron na kaming village dito. We already have a village, isang compound ng mga kumpares and kumares edition. Okay? So, let's go back to what the author said about the freedom Filipinos enjoy today. Again, it's the result of the courage of early generations. Okay? So, well, when you talk about generations, like, how many generations na ang lumabay sa 125 years of the Philippine independence? And not only that, Magellan, Lapu-Lapu story, that was more than 500 years ago. Ito lang kasi yung documented. Ito na yung, the what? Ito na yung on the record, Philippine independence. But we were really fighting for our freedom centuries and thousands of years ago. You know what? Speaking of that, this is the Butuan of 1,000 years. This is my job back then in the Philippines as a professional tour guide in Butuan City, Philippines, Caraga region. Kita nyo, so many stickers na, because the theme of this book is about how we did trade, how we did business for 1,000 years, no more than 1,000 years ago. The journey of the Filipinos from the Philippine Islands to different countries all over the globe. Before it was really even, bago pa yan dumating si Magellan, tayo ay mga biyahedor na, ma'am. Our self-ID, our self-identification, who we are as a people. Diba? Binigyan ng pangalan yung bansang Pilipinas. Pero tayo ang perlas ng silangan. Kaya may talagang perlas talaga si Mother B in the, So, ito nga, yung Christianity, the jade, the trading, and the pearls. Naku, malaking mga magagandang mga simbolo to ng ating history. Hindi lang to props. Talagang sinadya ko itong suotin para ma-demonstrate. Okay? And the connection. So, these are the stories that I talked about when I was a tour guide, the trading business, the business of what we're doing before, the journey of the Filipinos, the self-identification, and our connection to the world. Okay? By the way, shout out kay Sir Greg Hontiveros, ang ating local historian and author of Butuan of 1,000 Years. So, he even wrote a dedication for my daughter who's now a lawyer. Louis, something for you to be proud to be Butuanon, okay? Okay? So Butuan is a city. It's the ancient kingdom of the Philippines, located in the northeastern side of Mindanao Island. Okay, we're in the south, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and ang location ni Butuan is in the northeastern side. Okay, nandun sa northeast, okay? Well, it's like less than 50 years pa lang bago na-discover natin that there's so much more to learn about our Philippine history beyond the 500 years. Oh, wag uumpisahan, Mother B, baka isang buong araw tayo magkwentuhan. And so I have another book here, which is I'm also reviewing, Over the Edge of the World. This is the story of Magellan's journey. Ferdinand Magellan, written by, who's this? Mr. Hindi ko nakita kasi. Ano ba yung author? Sorry. Si Mr. Evergreen. Hindi naman siya Evergreen. Mr. Who? Dito pala. Nasa na ba ako? Okay, Lawrence Bergreen is the author of 4 biographies, each considered the definitive work of its subject. Louis Armstrong, The Man in the Era, A Thousand Year, Life of Irving Berlin, Voyage to Mars, etc., etc. But he's the one who wrote this, Over the Edge of the World. This is a very controversial book. Oh my gosh! And yes, I am so glad I got a copy of this. Found this in the thrift shop. Oh my gosh! Dati pinotocopy ko lang yung book. Ngayon nakita ko talaga sa thrift shop, and I'm still reviewing it. Because remember, I'm still doing tours, and dream job ko talaga yung meron tayong virtual tour so that I could share in a way about the Philippines, the historical perspective of pre-colonial Philippines. Meaning, bago pa dumating ang mga known conquerors, mga colonizers natin, Kastila, Amerikano, mga Japanese. But how did we live before they came? Diba? Much earlier, the early Filipinos. And oh my gosh, muchas ingrandes talaga tayo noon. Hindi tayo basta-bas, ma'am. If you learn about who the Filipinos were before the colonial times, oh, you're gonna be amazed. Yes. So, So Butuan, as the city, as the setting of this Butuan of 1,000 years, is the place where you will really discover who we are as Filipinos before Magellan ever came. Yes. Sabi nga rito ni Sir Contiveros, looking back, ano ito ba? Wait. Okay. Let's see. Ano ba yung pinaka-impactful sa akin dito na ang dami na kasing lipstick ng book, yan, no? Nagkamuritsing na yun ang book, meaning I really dwell into this. I just have to review it in a way. So, we were a thriving culture. Tayo talaga ay, bongga na tayo noon. We were a dynamic port of trade, trading port back in the days. And, oh my gosh, the stories of the gold and etc. Kakaiba talaga mga Filipinos doon. Well, let's not just be trapped in the past, but that's who we are. Then when you know about this pre-colonial stories of the Philippines and the Filipinos, oh my gosh, you will be amazed, and at the same time, you will really understand why we are what we are right now. Right? So, well, thus with regard to Butuan, human knowledge has reached out to the distant past with verifiable archaeological materials and ancient documents at hand, allowing us to stretch our understanding and imagination further back in time. I like what he said here in Sir Greg, allowing us to stretch our understanding further back in time. Ano pa? Faint shadows of an ancient community, working and living and interacting with their neighbors and distant polities, began to take clearer shape. It is now possible to weave a historical tapestry of Butuan stretching over a millennium. Imagine, thousands of years. But the objective of history is not to simply to confine such esoteric knowledge within a small community of historians, but to bring to the popular consciousness the lessons of history so that man and society can reasonably profit from them. This is the local historian's burden. So, hindi lang medyo focus lang sa Butuan ang kwento, but how Butuan impacted the Philippines and how Philippines impacted the world. Laban ka? Good vibes lang. Wala na tayong ano dito. Good vibes lang tayo. But yes, this is a treasure for me. And again, it's about the stories of the Philippines during the pre-colonial times, the early Spanish era between 1521 to 1699, the late Spanish era between 1700s to 1899, and of course the American era during the early 1900s, 1901 to 1924 and onwards. Okay? So, yung article sa Manila Standard focuses on the Independence Day celebration and also the reason behind why there is an Independence Day. But this one is a much deeper perspective about the history of the Philippines. Talaga naman napaka-passionate. Because really, I'm proud to be Filipino. If you really know about the history of the Philippines before the Spaniards came, oh my gosh, hindi lang sa panahon nila Fulafu. Okay? Kaya, that's also an issue. Like, I felt sad si Esme, who's that, the rapper from California, I guess, nabash in terms of, when he was starting out. Kasi nga, mali nga yung input sa kanya sa history. Yung bata, in fairness, who was raised here in America by Filipino parents, because he's a Filipino as well, by blood, by soul, whatever. But he was raised here in the American culture, but he tried hard to really, connect himself as a Filipino. Unfortunately, nagkaroon lang ng sablay, konti. Dahil nga yung kanyang input about Philippine history ay medyo na-twist. So, ginawa niya ng artistic form yan. Nag-rap siya. Unfortunately, medyo nakita ng mga tawag noon, mga purist. Hindi na nila inintindi yung bata, di ba? In fairness, naningkamot ang bata, nag-efforts yung rapper, si Esme, na magkaroon man lang ng mga context ng kanyang rapping na ma-connect niya ang kanyang Filipino heritage. Unfortunately, wala nga naka-advise si Google na hindi nga tama yung historical context niya ng time na yun. Eh di ang ending na award. Sumama tuloy image. But on the other hand, sumikat din siya kasi nga nagkaroon nga ng issue. That was 2 to 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, like ako naawa sa bata. I felt sorry for the kid because if only there's somebody who, guided him through the process, he's got the passion, the heart to, create his own art form, musical art form, rapping, talk about the culture of the Philippines, the history. Unfortunately, sumablay lang. Yun ang naging advocacy ni Mother B here in the USA na if you're from a Filipino family, if you're a Filipino by blood, hey, it doesn't mean if you're in the USA, hindi ka na pwedeng makatuto ng history ng Pinas, no? Ng mga, how we are as a people, because you should know. You should know. Hindi lang, why should I know? It's a must. Because of identity. Not just your cultural identity, but your personal identity as a Filipino. That's why I told my son, who's now training to be a tour guide, yes, you're good in American history, Texas history, but you should know our history first. Because if you want to be a professional storyteller, wherever you are in the world, you have to know the basics, the essentials of being a storyteller, but most of all, you have to know your identity. Ba? Makes sense? Yeah. So, that's why very important for Mother B itong episode na to. I don't know with you, but again, welcome to the stream. Okay, so moving forward, moreover, in partnership with the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, the Department of Labor, with all this job fair. So, yeah, these are good activities. So, attracting the youth to participate in the annual celebration is also a primary goal. It is important among groups and organizations to continue the Philippines' appreciation of the independence Filipinos have enjoyed and continue to do so for centuries. Not only in the Philippines, but again, given that we have a lot of Filipinos scattered all over the globe. it's an extra challenge for us to assimilate, to adjust to our host culture, yung host country. And if you are not grounded when it comes to your cultural identity, medyo effort. Either ma-persuade ka, either mo-blend ka na lang without you, mo-drift away ka na. Sakay ka na lang sa panahon, sakay ka na lang sa kultura, ang ending, kinsa man ko. Brown kag buhok, naka-contact lens kag brown, blue imong eyes, imong accent Pinoy. Unsa man gyud ka, mem? Kailangan bisag blonde ka or blue imong eyes, but Filipino ka, you should know how to blend. You should know how to identify yourself. Dala-dala kag ID ba? So, besides, again, there are a lot of organization, and I'm glad, and the effort is there. I just don't know anong impact dito sa ibang bansa, no? Okay, now let's proceed to understanding history according to this article. The Philippines declared independence from Spain in 1898. Oh, di ba? Matagal na, no? Along with the many heroic efforts to free the country from colonization during early years, the move ignited a fire among local patriots to further their efforts in giving Filipinos the freedom they deserve. So, hindi lang lumaya sa mga Espanyol. Hoy! Lumayas ka, may pumalit namang isa. Kalalayas lang ng isang colonizer, meron na naman nag-apply. Don't you know that we were sold out? We thought na free na tayo sa mga Spaniards. Eh, dumating mga Amerikano, nabili na naman tayo. Okay? So, wala pa talagang real freedom that time. And then Emilio Aguinaldo, our first president of the Republic of the Philippines. Okay? Fun fact, ka-birthday ko si President Emilio Aguinaldo. March 22. Okay? The first president of the Philippines issued a decree on June 5, 1898, proclaiming June 12 of the same year as the Independence Day. So, siya talaga nag-proclaim yan. The Philippine flag was officially unfurled for the first time. While the National Filipina played at his house, then known as Cavite El Viejo. So around 190 municipal presidents from the 16 provinces, ito yung during that day when President Aguinaldo announced the proclamation of Philippine independence in June 12, 1898. So naka-specify pa rito sino yung mga attendees and so on and so forth. However, sabi niya rito, the Malolos Congress officially ratified it on September 29, 1898. So officially, dinocument, ni-ratify na talaga yung Philippine Independence Declaration September 28. So what's the significance of that, Mother B? It's in the record. Na-record na gid siya, finally. So, however, the Philippines failed to win global recognition for its independence. So, medyo effort pa, like, hello, we're free, really? Yun ang feedback ng ibang bansa, no? So, failed to win global recognition for its independence, especially from the United States of America and Spain. Eventually, the Spanish government ceded the Philippines to the United States via the Treaty of Paris. See? Nag-turn over sa Paris. Treaty of Paris, the Philippine Revolutionary Government didn't heed the treaty. So, hindi sila nag-bow down dun sa treaty na yon. And disagreements from both sides became the Philippine-American War. So, after sa Spanish War, nagbago na naman ang war. Hindi pa rin talaga napalagay ang kalooban nila. Despite the setback, early Filipinos didn't stop fighting for their freedom. Finally earning recognition. So after much resistance from Filipino troops, the United States formally recognized the independence of the Republic of the Philippines. Yay! It was the culmination of the process that began in 1916 when the Jones Law pledged the recognition of Philippine independence and the Philippine Independence Act of 1934. Imagine, more than 36 years bago talaga siya ni-recognize. Ang tagal, no? matagal. Literally, it's not that easy, no? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So for following the host, by the way. So that was 1934 Act, the Philippine Independence Act of 1934, which provided a 10-year transitional government to prepare the country. So it took us 10 years to prepare really our, how do we handle our own country? That we're free already, no? So President Manuel Rojas commemorated the momentous event by retaking his oath as President of the Philippines. By July 4, 1946, the United States formally recognized the independence of the Republic of the Philippines. So, kumbaga, iba-ibang version ng independence din. Si President Emilio Aguinaldo, June 12. Ngayon, na-recognize tayo July 4, 1946 and President Manuel Rojas took oath in July 4, 1946. So, yun ang formally ni-recognize tayo as an independent republic. At first, the celebration was held on the 4th of July, coinciding with the United States' own independence. So, binalik na from July 4, June 12, July 4, balik naman sa June 12. Okay. By 1962, the late President Diosdado Macapagal issued Proclamation Number 28, which effectively moved the date of Philippine independence from the American date to June 12. Diba? Sa dates na lang daan, madrama na talaga. June 12, June 4, June 12, ano ba talaga? There's a story within the story of the Philippine Independence Day. Okay? So, the initial date Aguinaldo proclaimed was June 12, right? Tapos si President Rojas, naman siya, July 4. Ngayon si President Diosdado Macapagal naman, June 12. So, kada president lain ng declaration. Okay, so Macapagal, during his proclamation, said that the establishment of the Philippine Republic by the revolutionary government under General Emilio Aguinaldo on June 12, 1898, marked our people's declaration and exercise of the right to self-determination. So we determine our future. Tayo magbuot sa atong kalayaan, dili lain. So further solidifying why the date holds much relevance to the Filipinos and their sense of self. See? Sense of self. I like that word, sense of self. Kasi kumbaga, we're free but we're not. Sila yung magbuot sa atong date? Really? So eventually, he adapted the perspective of historians and many political leaders about how June 12 was the day of the nation was founded and July 4 as the restoration of the independence many fought for in the early years. So founded June 12 ang independence, but eventually we were given that na-restore ang ating sense of independence July 4. Freedom, future, history, these are the three primary values emphasized in the 125th anniversary of Philippine independence. Modern day Filipinos enjoy the liberty they have today. Indeed, we are. Thank God for this. So, they have today because of the valiant efforts of the patriots that came before them. It's these privileges that allow them to progress towards the future. We are standing on the shoulders of these patriots. No? That's why we are free to be Filipinos. Not just in our own country, but we have now an identity as Filipinos all over the globe. For sure, we are making a difference. Right? Thank you for the heart. Thank you everyone for, appreciating this show. So yes, sabi pa ng author, yes, what's most relevant with the continued celebration of Philippine independence is that people should continue appreciating what June 12 means to the country, especially to future generations, who will continue to uphold our sense of nationalism. After all, looking back on history is how they can truly appreciate what they have in the present and for years to come. See? if you don't know our history, saan man mo pag-adto sa future, oy. 'Di ba? Wala kay guidebook, wala kang map. There's one particular word, hinanapin ko kasi I really wrote this when I was reading the Okay. Okay. And this is from the book One of 1,000 Years by Sir Greg Contiveros. I'm just reading the excerpt now. One of the words that's one of his insights that struck me the most and compelled me to be passionate in sharing our pre-colonial history in order to relate it to our, sense of freedom and identity as Filipinos. Okay. This is in general. The study of history is a journey of understanding. It's a hard slog all the way, with lots of tragic and sordid tales that litter the path, but it also opens up new and exciting vistas in a way that other disciplines cannot equal. And most of all, it creates that compelling and colorful panorama of the great human enterprise on Earth. Local history is only a tiny slice of that life, but it's a worthwhile venture to itself. So it's like it's learning about the past, our history, especially the Philippine history, both colonial and pre-colonial side of our country's story, is a journey of understanding. Unless you know your past, how will you navigate the future? Diba? So, kailangan, it doesn't mean na, hey, kailangan ba talaga ako mag-duel ng history, Mother B, pabalik-balik ang past. Oy. Well, it depends on you. It's your choice, ladies' choice. But if you really wanted to have a further, deeper understanding of who you are as a Filipino, then study history. Okay, local history. Start with your local history and then move forward to regional history and then Philippine history and go back again. Okay, so I'm also proud of our Filipino human resources, like yung mga talents natin, yung mga artists natin. Kasi sila yung nagbibigay ng contribution when it comes to expressing the Filipino side of us. Like, I want them to shout out kay Mai City and Luzon del Sur. Oh my gosh, she really made an impact when it comes to showcasing her Filipino side when it comes to music and the arts. No, so ewan ko kung mapaparinig ko sa inyo itong kanyang music, but yes, bago ang lahat, kantahin na natin yung Ako Ay Pilipino kasi napaka nationalistic ang dating nito sa akin. Right. Do you hear the music? Baka hindi. Otherwise, kakantahin ko to ng acapella. Oh, ay Pilipino, dugo'y mahal, likas sa aking puso, at kay ganda sa Pilipinas na aking bayan, lantay na perlas ng silanganan, buwari na tipo ng kayamanan ng may kapal. Nawala ba ko sa akin? Likas sa aking talino, sa mabuti lang laan, sa aking katutubo ang maging sa aking katutubo ang maging mapagmahal. Ako ay Pilipino, ako ay Pilipino, isa bansa sang diwa ang minimithi ko sa bayan ko't Mandila, laan buhay ko't diwa, ako Pilipinong totoo. Ako Pilipino, ako Pilipino, kaso kahit kanino ang Pilipino ako. Diba? Tayo Pilipino. Naman. Ka-effort talaga yun. Bahala na kayo kung paano nyo i-process yan. Basta ako ay Pilipino. Diba? Nasaan na ba ako? Nawala na tuloy yung aking stream. Medyo init lang yung sa boss. Ako ay Pilipino. Ako ay Pilipino. Taas no kahit kanino. Ang Pilipino ay ako. Yes, thank you so much. And good wag na, Philippine Independence Day, di ba? Kahit pa magsisigaw ako Pilipino rito. It's part of, celebrating it. Nagising na tuloy, But yes, time check, it's already 1 hour and 50 minutes that we are already broadcasting. I'm just celebrating this. And yes, I'd like to also play the music of Mai, Although, meron naman tayong permission na i-play naman natin yung mga music niya. Matagal ko nang pinagpaalam yun. Shout out kay May o Clarit. Okay? So, I just wanna share to you her music. But don't forget to download, to subscribe to her music, May o Clarit, no? Kasi marami siyang mga indigenous sounding music, and which is very, very good, and that really speaks of her sense of cultural identity and being proud Pinay and isang babaeng Pilipina. She's really na talagang successful na siya sa kanyang career, and I'm thankful and I'm blessed to be one of her mentors before sa school, and seeing her now, oh my gosh, I'm proud to really tell her story and share her workmanship, artistry. So, tingnan natin, Mai. Okay, I hope na marinig nyo, kasi hindi na, ewan ko baka naka-restrict tayo sa Right? That's her music. So please subscribe to Mai. Okay, let me see if I can share her. I can share my screen here sa kanyang album. Mai. Wait, let me see. That's her album. Let's see. Let me see if I can play it. If I can play it in my show. No copyright infringement intended, but that's the music. Right? So please check her out in Spotify, in YouTube, in where is that? Apple Music. You can download, you can buy her music there. That's Mai. Ganyan ang workmanship, ganyan ang craftsman ng ating mga Filipino artist. At na-feature yan siya sa National TV. She's also a TikTok live streamer. So yan, isa sa mga songs niya. And then, this is one of her music, okay? So, meron din siyang, let me see, I'm trying to check some of her music here. Okay, Mai, that's Mai, right? So, Ano pa? Ano pa yung kanyang mga compilations? Mas maganda rin yung ano yung meron din siyang music on panalangin, okay? All right, let's see. Disco sa Lasang, Bibo Pudne. Let's listen to this. Before we go, at least ma-introduce ko yung kanyang music. Okay. By the way, shout out to Jojo Garbilao as well. So, from Butuan. And siya rin yung isa sa napakatalentadong Pinoy when it comes to, as a composer and an instrumentalist as well.
Ang himbay mo ay awit ko, awit ng hangin ng mundo, sinabayan, watak ng ulan. Pinatunog lupang tigang, bato sa ilog ginawang kulintang, pinasayaw ang mga kahoy, taliwala sa lasang.
This is in Cebuano.
Mga kiyat na ugat nag-indak-indak, uban sa mga nagsadyang mananap, araw na
Lasang means forest.
sa
Mismo sa forest.
ilaw. Ilaw sa sanlibutan, kalibutan gihayagan, aron magpadayon ang disko sa Lasang.
Yan ang mga di ba? Right. So, yun po ang ating mga kakaibang Pinoy, mga talentadong Pinoy. Marami pong salamat. Yes. Kabili. Oh my God. Hindi. Yan si Jojo, yung kasama niya, yung artist din natin. But anyway, so yes, that's just a glimpse of the Filipino artistry, and I'm so proud to have known them, and I hope na maging global ang scale ng kanilang music para lalo tayong ma-enhance as Filipinos. Of course, we have our mainstream known personalities, Lea Salonga, and all the people in the music and arts industry, mga Filipinos who really did well in the music scene, in showbiz, in the global perspective. But let's also highlight our local artists. That's important to appreciate our local culture first. Bago mo i-appreciate yung pang-national level, hello, i-appreciate mo muna yung local history mo, your local artist, local culture, because your sense of identity is local. Okay? Paano mo ma-relate yung mga history sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao? Kaya sarili mong local culture, hindi mo pa alam. Galit ka, Madam. Hindi naman, papaliwanag lang. So that is Maida album. Thank you so much. So again, marami pong salamat. Tayo po yung mga Pilipino sa angkamang parte ng mundo. I'm so proud to be Filipino. Let's be proud to be proud. Let's be proud to be Filipinos, and let's continue to propagate the good vibes, the good culture of the Filipinos. Hindi naman tayo perfect lang, but let's try to be impactful, hindi impactful kung saan ka man naroon. Maging magaling ka bilang Filipino para makita nila, marespeto nila, at ma-appreciate nila kung sino tayo sa mundo. Pinoy ako, Pinoy tayo, saan man sulok ng mundo. And to all our magigiting na OFWs, it's not easy to be away from the family. I know that. Been there, done that, still doing it. We have a social cost. Pinagbabayaran natin. We sacrifice our own, our personal pleasures and happiness just to be away from the family. But it's worthwhile to be being away, but at the same time working for our freedom from poverty. Diba? Marami tayong forms ng kalayaan. Hi, Jenny Guy! Hello. Sino ba to? Jenny tuloy. Sorry, hindi ko nabasa right away. Shout out to our friends and families in Cananga, Leyte. Marami pong salamat for watching. Even if you're watching for just a few seconds, a few minutes, a few hours, I appreciate you coming over. Marami pong salamat. And marami pa rin pumapasok sa stream natin. No? So again, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our viewers kanina, ngayon, at magpakailanman. Jeril, Guy, Moscosa, hello to the Guy family. Remy, so Bebot of Butuan City, Maring Rene Garcinas of Ingleside, Texas, Sol Bartolome Escalada of Portland, Texas, Lorraine Salcedo, our team mother B, Marisol Ann of Pennsylvania, DJ Chevelle Valdez, Richmond Maceda, and of course, Bossing Re of Caraga, Commission on Higher Education, Caraga Region, Brigadier General Bossing Julie Martinez. Hi, Mother B, sabi ni Jerel. Hi! At sa lahat, for those who will be watching the late telecast or the replay, thank you for giving time to the Mother B Show. Please continue to follow, to like, to share the good vibes. Okay? And subscribe po sa YouTube channel kasi I need 1,000 followers and subscribers there. Magtulungan naman tayo, milyon-milyon yung Pilipino all over the globe. Bigyan niyo naman si Mother B ng 1,000 subscribers. Para matulungan naman natin yung mga team members natin na nagtatrabaho behind the scenes sa Mother B Show. Lorraine and Richmond, thank you so much for helping Mother B. To all our suki, so special mention to cousin Joy Manuel of Australia. Hindi niya nahabol yung live, but she keeps on messaging me and asking how am I, and thank you for your loyalty here in the Mother B Show. Love you, mwah. Miss Lilette, Miss Saire, and Doc Altea, I'm so excited to co-produce another show with you. Be real, be you. O, diba? To our North Carolina friends, by the way, belated happy birthday to my BFF, Annalyn Borella Sesums. Happy birthday, belated happy birthday, and to all our friends and families and friendship there in North Carolina. Marami pong salamat for following. Shout out sila. Sino ba yung mga si-shout out natin? Mga friendships there. Hello. Sino pa? Sila Sir Glenn. Sino pa ba yung mga friendship natin doon? Sila Melanie Bond. Hello. Shout out there. And hoping na sila, oh my gosh, sa dami, oh my gosh. Woo! Basta lahat ng mga friends natin dyan sa North Carolina, marami pong salamat for following the Mother B Show. What else? Ma'am Josephine Toombs, si Lea Europa, mga valedictorian ng mga ambassadors of good vibes. Oh my gosh! Happy Independence Day, everyone! To all the Filipinos all over the globe. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. May God bless us all. Time check. 2 hours na nag-broadcast si Mother B! Kota na! Hello! Moss, $sign, hello! Thank you! Marami pong salamat. Time check. It's 11:37 here in the US of A, Texas, South Texas, and it's already June 13 there in the Philippines. Thank you. Ano ko, marami pa nanonood. Salamat po sa inyong lahat. Alis na ako ha, kasi ako po ay magtutupi pa ng labahin. Balik trabahong bahay po si Mother B Show. Love you all. Babu. But thank you everyone. Maring Rene, thank you so much for watching. Sino ba? Okay, so change channel na tayo. By the way, before anything else, bago magkalimutan, the heart and show of the Mother B Show is all about whatever is good, whatever is lovely, what's worthy, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Yun po yung ating may iwan sa inyo. Whatever is good, you have to think about such things. Do not be conformed by this world, but be transformed. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. That's from Romans 12:2, and the other one is Philippians 4 verse 8. That's the heart and soul of the Mother B Show. That's why we're promoting positivity and good vibes here. You know, it's not always positive, but positivity brings us hope and optimism. Diba? Kasi kung negative ka na, paano ka makaka-experience ng hope? Right? So sabi ng isang viewer, are you Joe? No, I'm real. Sige na, goodbye. Bunot na tayo at God bless you all. Thank you for, spending time with Mother B. I appreciate you guys. And this has been your Mother B officially signing off. Maraming salamat. Everyone.